Hi everyone, this video is about Saturn here at 25 of Pisces. Saturn is going to station direct in Pisces at 25 degrees, and this is going to be on the 23rd of November when Saturn is actually not moving. Here is at 0 degrees. So why it's important? It's because when Saturn stations to go direct, like any planet getting ready to change direction from direct to retrograde, or from retrograde to direct, it means that Saturn is now one of the loudest planets in the sky until early December. So this is a heavy Saturnian feel. That means that now in the atmosphere, we are really feeling the Saturnian vibe. And so matters of dealing with authorities, reputation, and your vocation in life can feel stuck. As if progress stopped on its track, where the Saturn in Pisces transit lands in your chart. So, and you might also feel that stuck, slowing down feeling in the house that is ruled by Saturn in your birth chart, the Capricorn house. So now it is time to revisit those areas of your life. And also, Saturn limits only for us to rethink how we are going to continue to work hard to make our dream concrete. And also how we are going to bring our vision into reality. And this we can do it before Saturn leaves the sign of Pisces for good on the 40th of February 2026. And because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so when Saturn is at the last degree of that sign, like now we can see is at the last 5 degrees of Pisces, then the feeling of the ending is increased. However, in February, a new huge beginning will come. So until then, don't let a lack of hope stop you from pursuing your goal. So let me show you. So like I said, on the 2nd of December, that's when Saturn is going to move direct again. So you see it here, 25. And now if we go on this day, like one more day, Saturn here now we see 0.01. So Saturn is starting to very slowly move. That's why it's going to be direct on the 2nd of December, like I said. And then when there will be this new beginning on the 40th of February 2026. You see it here in red or pink or purple. Saturn is at 0 with Neptune at 0, and so everyone has been talking, every astrologer have been talking about it. So I guess it's a story for later. But for now, as we are talking about Saturn and this new beginning, this is when we can look forward to this time, because now it can feel a little bit, you know, not depressing, but gloom and doom, So we must keep, persisting and keep our hope, because from that moment when Saturn is at 0 of Aries, is going to be this new beginning, and it's much more exciting than now. So that's what I'm saying basically right now. So because Saturn is time it's often an important time to watch Saturn change direction. So things now may slow down again. It's not ideal for travel at this time. And also, reality can weigh heavily upon us. If things are stuck and you feel blocked, know that it won't last. Once Saturn picks up speed, everything will flow and keep building steadily again. And then we will be completing to build stronger foundations and to tie up the bolts of our plans and projects in the Pisces house of our charts here. So, yeah, like I said, depending of how this plays out exactly in your chart, things might be stuck. Like for myself, I know that I'm stuck. I mean, stuck. Things I have to wait. Like I'm locked into like some contract and agreement and things that I know won't unblock, until like March, until the spring. So it's not just because of Saturn. Obviously, you have to look at other things in your chart, like I said, but a lot of it is about Saturn for me because it's in my 10th house, and then some of it is to do with 10 house matters for me, which I know there's nothing I can do until Saturn will be out of Pisces. So that is why I'm going to quickly touch on Saturn retrograde for the 12 signs. But again, know that this is very broad because everyone is, an individual with their very specific fate, free will, and personality. And that's why when we do like sign by sign forecast, it's not as specific as if you knew your own chart. That's why it's good to know astrology because, like I just said, for myself, you see, I can understand what's happened to me now, and then it's easier to navigate while I'm waiting. And so I don't get depressed or I don't lose hope because I know when things are going to happen or not happen even. So stay tuned and I will start by the sign of Gemini. So for Geminis, as you can see, Saturn here is in your 10th house. This is about your status, your career, reputation, and your attitude toward authorities. You could find yourself having to deal with your parents more than usual at this time, or you may encounter problems with authority figures. If you have kids, this can be a reality check about how you've been parenting so far, and a good time to commit to make necessary adjustments. Seriousness and hard work and persistence is needed to resolve your career blocks. And Geminis, know that this is the last push for you, so good luck. For Cancer, Saturn is in your ninth house of higher education. Mentors, publishing, and teachers, also belief systems, like religion, for example. With Saturn here, this energy can manifest in your legal involvements, like things to do with the law. That could be linked to foreign travel. This can bring discipline in your studies or in your spiritual practices. For Leos, Saturn retrograde is in your 8th house of banking, finances, taxes, sexual issues, and your partner's resources. So, there is going to be a new attitude towards those topics, and a financial or energetical resource that you used to get from someone might have ended. And now you are slowly adjusting to this change. Know that a better alternative is about to enter your life. And Leo, something or someone could have been taken away from your life. And this is the reason of difficult and deep transformation that is going to create memorable changes. Like this is a change that when you look back in time, you will always remember that this happened. But with the eighth house, then you go through death and rebirth, and it's for the better at the end of the day. For Virgos, for you, the focus of this transit is in your seventh house of relationships, here where Saturn is now in your seventh house. It can be about your open enemies. If you've been in conflict or received abuse from someone over a long period of time, then this can be the final showdown when you won't take it anymore and you end the relationship, for example. On the positive side, there can be a commitment to a partner that you make, or it can signify the end of a chapter in your spouse life. Let's say if you are already into a committed relationship. Overall, when you are dealing with your relationship now with Saturn in your seventh house, uh, the lesson is that if you are being controlling or dominating, it won't help you. But emotional empathy and compassion will help you, Virgo. For Libra, Saturn is here in your sixth house. This can bring up long-term health issues that may need to be resolved and to finally arrive at a diagnosis. Or it's about your coworkers at a job that demands a huge effort and burden you with responsibilities, where you could be made accountable for certain details. And if this is the case, then it is time to shift your attitude and your outlook about what or who you are servicing, and to focus on finding ways of making money doing what brings you more joy, as to not drain your health in toxic work environments. Uh, yeah, not to drain your health in toxic work environments without purpose. Overall, this is about healing yourself and working towards doing a job that has meaning for you. For Scorpios, this is in your fifth house. Saturn is here in your fifth house. And as it's going direct, it's a time to correct how you express yourself and to connect or reconnect with your children in a practical way. If you don't have kids, then this is about your creative project. And yeah, it's also if you have like a business or anything you do creatively, can also be about your romantic life. And so yeah, you can just put practical plans in place in those areas of your life. And for Sagittarius, Saturn is here in your fourth house. This can signal an ending to do with your home or your parents. There could also be a life-changing event in your foundations and roots. Yeah, in the roots in your life, or this could also affect your career direction. Because when something happens in the bottom of your chart, like in your foundation, then it affects the opposite house where your vocation in life is. So this can also be about real estate, moving home, and it can bring matters about your ancestors, and overall all property issues can now be resolved. For Capricorn, this transit is in your third house. The third house of learning, new skills, courage, siblings, communication, and your neighborhood. So you could reflect on something you said and decide to upgrade your authority and put more effort into learning new skills. Put more effort on how you communicate about certain subjects. Or this can have to do with your day-to-day transport. Some proper education and fact checking might be on your agenda, and as a result, it will nurture your intellect and increase your skills. It will increase your skill set. You will take a new approach to how you communicate. And Aquarius, Saturn is moving direct in your second house. So this touches on your self-worth, money, your resources, and your attitude towards your possessions. With Saturn here, long-term investments can pay off over time. You could review your budget and ways of earning money. Overall, you can get clarity about finances, and if there was any toxicity in your family, this can now be cleared. And Pisces, then Saturn is in your first house, so that's quite powerful for you, especially if your ascendant is like here, about 25 degrees of Pisces. This is the ascendant, the first house is how you project yourself in the world, in your immediate surroundings. So this transit of Saturn moving direct in your sign can change you completely, and it can create a new dimension about yourself. For you, Aries, this is in your 12th house, the 12th house of self-sabotage and the subconscious mind. At this time, you have awareness of what you have to change to get what you want in your daily life. You could find a chronic health solution as Saturn gives you a hand and some spiritual insights. Yes, so Saturn gives you a hand and some spiritual insight on how to win over your enemies. You are advised to put a practical and cautious plan in place, and over time, you will be able to overcome any health toxicities or any enmity toxicities. Like if you had a long time enemy, then over time, if you put a realistic practical plan, you will overcome that enemy. So that's kind of good news. And then finally for Taurus, because I started with Gemini, so now Taurus is the last sign. Um, Taurus, this is in your 11th house. Saturn is moving in your long-term goals and networking project house. So all these matters of friendship, of gain from long-term projects, this will move forward. And friendships and financial projects that were delayed will start progressing again. And all this will be moving now on stronger foundations. So thanks for watching. If you like my video, feel free to like it or to subscribe or to comment. If you would like to know more about me, you can check the link in the description of this video, and then you can go on my website and all that and see my services. And yeah, much love to you, and then good luck with this Saturn transit.